Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lucas. This video is going to be about my current drift car project and the strategies that I use to navigate building a car while I'm not a millionaire and I'm not a race car mechanic. So if you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Otherwise, enjoy. Okay, so behind me is my new to me 2002 e46 M3. Couple quick things about it. Salvage title. I got it as a roller. It's wrapped blue, like almost like a Laguna Seca blue or whatever the BMW blue is. It's metallic silver underneath, fiberglass hood, some other goodies, and in goodies I mean non-OEM stuff. But we'll do a quick walk around and I'll show everybody what we got. Right now headlights are out, some other things are out, but this was a 6-speed car. It was not an SMG car. Currently I have these Recaro bucket seats in it. I did get it with the factory seats. They're just over on the other side of the car. Right now it has some offset aftermarket fake 2-piece. I think they're 19 by 9.5 in the front, and then bigger in the rear, 19 but 275s. You might be saying, well, what the hell's a motor behind you, and what the hell are you doing with the drivetrain since the S54 is out of it? And to that I say 5.3 Vortec out of a 2000, I don't know, Chevy of some sort. I believe it was a Chevy and not a GMC. Nothing crazy, 150,000 miles, got off a guy off Marketplace. Everything's cool except there's rust on this valve and this valve, so I cleaned it out and put some fogging oil in the cylinders while it sits. I got it with a manifold and power steering, no water pump or alternator, but that's okay. Transmission is going to be a Muncie 4-speed, and you might be wondering why Muncie 4-speed. I will talk more about that in a moment, but for the most part this and that are going to get shoved in there. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I want to drift. That means I need a car. I also need that car to have an engine. And hopefully I can shift some gears in it. Next thing, all this needs to work well, and be budget friendly. For me, my budget is about 8 to 10,000. For everybody, it's going to be different, but for me, this is about the most I can get away with recklessly spending. So then I start going down the list of cars that I could potentially buy within this and build them for drifting. I start thinking to myself, e36s, e46s, 350Zs, not really 370s, some clapped ones, SN95s, shitty 240s, like the occasional IS300 or manual swap GS. But for most part, this is kind of where I was looking. And what ended up happening was I had an E28, which is a late 80s 5 Series. I had a 535 IS. And I sold those two cars, and this had came up locally with a salvage title, and the motor and trans were getting parted out. So we got the car. Now I need an engine. I really think if you want to get into drifting or any sort of motorsport, the best way to do it would to not be building a car like this. It would be to purchase a running, driving vehicle. But for me, this is the avenue that I've chosen to take. So I needed a motor. You start thinking about engines. You start thinking to yourself, what could go in an M3? Obvious one, LS swap. a less obvious one, but that would be cool. M50 straight six turbo. Buy another S54. Buy an M54 and maybe turbo or supercharge that. I could 5.0 Ford swap it. I could SR swap it. I could 1J swap it. All of these things have their own benefits and their own downfalls. I think the two options that I was the closest to doing are LS and M50 Turbo. LS was the winner due to the least amount of dollar signs next to it. Winner, Facebook Marketplace, 5.3, LS1 block, $450. Then I find myself a transmission. Many transmission options out there. Tremec, CD009, T5, T10, AR5 out of the Colorados. All of these are 5 or 6 speeds. They're gonna run you $1,800 to $3,000. At the end of the day, with everything in, clutch, hydraulic throwout, whatever you gotta do. Muncie 4-speed out of 60s and 70s muscle cars are stout. They can take horsepower. People have been drag racing them for forever. They have no overdrive. They're incredibly simple to rebuild, and parts are available for them. I got my Muncie for $1,000 with the bell housing. There are some things that are gonna have to happen with this to get all of this to go into here. So if we just do some quick math, $1,000 for the Muncie, $450 for the engine, that's $1,450. I purchased the car for $5,500 with the seats. So if we do $5,500 plus $1,450, I'm in for $6,950 right now. Within this range, I still need harness, engine mounts, a radiator, low profile steering shaft. I need all the accessories for this. I need headers. There's loads of stuff that you still need when building a car, and that is where this is gonna nickel and dime me all the way up to $10,000, possibly $11,000 once I get myself a set of wheels and I really start getting into this. Not even thinking about things like a helmet or like nice harnesses. The best thing you could do for yourself is doing most of this work yourself. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty and take on some of these projects if you want to do stuff that would cost more if you were gonna have other people do it for you. In reality, the goal for me for this build is to have a car that's reliable, economical, fun to drive, and overall a long-term thing that I'll continue to be able to buy parts for and scale in a manner that is relatively linear and ultimately will kind of build upon itself. That's why I've chosen the LS. It's why I've chosen to start with a Muncie 4-speed. The aftermarket support for putting a Vortec in an e46 is like nothing else. Drift HQ and Wiring Specialties and all these other companies support the aftermarket so much that you could purchase your way into this swap very, very quickly. So I'm looking forward to continuing this build and keeping everybody updated. I got some stuff in the mail. We got some things ordered. Things are going forward, and we got big goals for this upcoming summer. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.